Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be about my go-to glam makeup when I'm getting ready to hang out at nighttime with my friends. And it might be a little bit more excessive for others, but for me it is perfectly fine. If you guys like these type of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next video, see you later. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and as you can see, it is a makeup tutorial, so we're going to jump straight into it. My eyes are already primed. I use my ColourPop concealer, and we're going to be digging in and playing in the Huda Beauty Nude palette, which is one of my favorite palettes ever. So like I just said, my eye is already primed, and I like to use my ColourPop No Filter concealer. And we're also going to be digging into the palette, and the first shade that we're going to be using is the color Teddy. So guys, we're going to be using the color Teddy as our transition shade. And as you can see that I'm tapping into it using windshield wiper motions back and forth until I get the color built up to where I think it's nice and appropriate. So that is what I'm doing right now. And I also love this color. It's like the perfect transition, and it goes so well with a lot of skin tones. That's why I love this palette, because it's bomb. So guys, you can see I'm using a nice brush. I think this is a Milani brush I got from Walmart. It is one of those little brushes that come in a pack of 3s. So the next shade I'm going to use, I'm going to put that into my crease. It's called Spank. And I'm going to go in with one of my Morphe blending brushes. And I'm going to use the color Spank right in the crack right there in the crack of my crease. And also I'm going to be doing the exact same thing using windshield wiper motions till I build up the color until I didn't want this to be such a loud color look because I was going to be outside at night, so I wanted it to be kind of right there in the middle. So again, I'm using the color Spank, and I'm doing windshield wiper motions back and forth. Okay guys, the next color I'm going to be using is this color called Crave. And I'm going to be looking for my flat top. I don't know what this brush is called. I'm going to look up for it. But I'm going to be using that to put that in the inner tear dots. And I'm going to use that as a highlight shade for my inner tear dots on both eyes. I really love this palette because you get so much versatile palette. In this, you get a lot of colors, and I like the marble shades and stuff. And for the rest of my mobile lid, I'm going to be going in with the color Charm. It is the color that is right next to Teddy, and I'm going to be using that to go right next to Crave to give it a very nice blended look. And these shades and shadows are so beautiful. They're so creamy. They're so pigmented. And that's why whenever I'm getting ready to go out and I want a nice look and I don't want to spend a lot of time on my shadows, I always reach for this one or for my Anastasia palettes because they're so bomb. And for my outer V, I'm going to be using the shade called Love Bite. It is a very deep purple. And I'm just going to take that, and I'm not going to be, being too precise with this. I'm just going to place it on the corners of my eye, and I'm just gonna blend that in and sit that right on top of Spank. Nothing perfect, not trying to get a nice precise look or anything like that. I wanted this look to look very effortlessly, but I also wanted to look like, I did take my time, but I really didn't take my time. Okay guys, so let's get on to the face. I have already washed my face, and I'm now going to be using my e.l.f. Hydration facial lotion. And I'm going to be using this all over my face because, FYI, I have very dry skin. So that is why I'm going to be using that. And it is time to prime my skin. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Primer Putty, which is one of my faves. And we're going to get that, and I'm going to basically work that into my skin until I like it. The next thing I like to do is go in and conceal. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. 16-hour caramel concealer, and I'm just going to be putting this particular one right under my eyes. And I'm going to be using a very small Real Techniques Beauty Blender to blend everything out. And again, doing the same thing, blending is key. Guys, I'm going to list all my products at the bottom in my description box. Okay, foundation time. My favorite foundation ever is the Lancôme Tinted Idol Foundation. This is my all-time fave. I love this foundation. It's not too matte. It's not too loomy. It's right there in the middle. And this has been my favorite Holy Grail foundation ever. So anytime you see me going somewhere, 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing this foundation right here. And I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Beauty Blender to use that to blend all over my face. And I spend a lot of time blending, guys. I have to blend. So I'm going to blend until I can't blend anymore. Because let me tell you something. People pay attention to your foundation, you know, whether it's on screen or whatnot, whether you're out in person. So I'd rather spend a lot of time blending eyeshadow and foundation and liquids than anything. So I'm also going to take that down my neck. Even though that this foundation does match me to a T, I still take it down my neck and whatever. And I will go back in the second time and continue to blend. So after all that blending is done, I'm now going to go in to highlight. I decided to use my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This time I'm going to be using the white top, which is the hydration one. And I'm going to be using that to highlight. I'm going to highlight places that I want to bring forth coming to my face. So yeah, there we go. Which is under my eyes, my chin, nose, and forehead, guys. And I'm going to continue to do that until the concealer is all the way blended away. And like I said, I decided to use the hydrating concealer this time other than a matte because I wanted it to be very hydrating. I did not want anything to be just matte on my face this particular time. And that's what I'm doing. I'm still going in with my e.l.f. So after I do that, I'm going to go in now and continue whatever's left over. I use that for my forehead. I never put any concealer on my forehead because whatever's left over on the sponge, I like to share. All right, so now it is time to set the face, and I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Powders, and I'm in shade Blondie and Cinnabon. I'm going to be using shade Blondie to put on top of my highlighted areas. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take my same sponge, get a little bit, and I'm going to basically use shade Blondie and set that on top of the areas that I've highlighted already. I try not to use a lot because I don't like to sweep away and I don't like to bake. I kind of like to continue blending the powder in until it really dissolves in my face, if that makes any type of sense. So I don't let it sit on my face. I just use back and forth motions with my blender until the powder is gone off my face. Now I'm going to use the shade Cinnabon, and I'm going to use that for my all over setting powder. I love these powders because they are bomb. When I say bomb, I mean bomb. They will have your face looking flawless AF, guys. Like I can't describe it. Like, it looks good on camera. It looks good in person. Every time I'm somewhere and I have this on, I get so many compliments. So as you can see, I'm using my Milani buffing blush, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use shade Cinnabon, and I'm going to put it everywhere. I'm either going to put it on top of the shade Blondie so it doesn't look so yellow on my skin, and I can have a nice blending effect or a nice blurring effect as is. And I'm also going to be using it as buffy motions to make sure everything is well connected and everything is well blended, guys. So make sure you blending is key. Blending is key. If you don't know anything, if I don't teach you guys anything, I'm going to teach you guys how to blend your makeup, whether it's powder or liquids. Okay, guys, so next it is time to bronze. I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie Bronzer. I love this bronzer, y'all. I actually have the what's the one? The Suns Out, Buns Out one. I use that sometime. It's more of a like a creamy concoction, but I rather powder. I like to powder, contour, and bronze. So you guys already know how to bronze. We're gonna bronze up the cheeks. We're gonna bronze up the forehead. We're gonna bronze up my big old chin. We're gonna bronze those areas. So, and I'm using a Real Techniques. I think this is like the blush brush. I just like to use it for bronzing because it's so good. And we're also going to contour that nose. I'm still going to be using my same bronzer, the Caramel Cutie from Fenty Beauty. My nose is huge. I have to contour that thing or it will take over pictures. So I'm just using light motions with a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush, and I'm just following where I put my concealer to highlight, and I'm just following that line, and yeah, that is it. I'm next going to use my Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer. I actually like to use the darker side. I use that to just add some nice luminosity to my skin, and this is what that do. So I'm going to be buffing that in circular motions with a Real Techniques buffing brush until I get the color payoff that I want. I'm next going to be using my Sleek Cosmetics contour kit, and I'm going to be taking the darkest shade, and I'm going to be using that to contour my cheeks a little bit more. I'm really not a fan of contouring, but I do it anyway because it looks really good on pictures and looks really good on videos, and yeah, why not? So I'm going to use that darker shade to continue to go up and down with wiping motions to contour. And also get some of my forehead that's left out because I have on a frontal, and I really did not need to do this when I wear my frontals, but I wanted everything to blend in together, so why not? And last but not least, my favorite part of my makeup routine, we're going to be using my Milani Tantastic bronzer, but all the OGs know we use this as a highlight boo. I've had this thing forever, and I can't even find it in stores no more, so I'm not going to tell you guys what to highlight. You guys already know the deal. I'm going to go in very heavy-handedly because I love to glow, and I'm going to use that for my cheekbones. I'm also going to use a little bit for the tip of my nose. I like to use a little bit also for like the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and those two little lines that's above your lips. I like to highlight that as well. So this is my favorite part of my makeup routine, and this is my favorite bronzer. Not bronzer, but you guys know we use it as a highlight. Who would seriously bronze with this? Like, seriously. And I'm also going to catch under my eyebrows, and I'm going to connect it, and a little bit on my forehead. Why not? I want it to be extra that night. And last but not least, we're going to use my L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow, and I'm going to drown myself in this because, like I said, I have dry skin. I do not like a matte foundation, and that's it. All right, so yeah, I went off camera and I've applied my eye makeup, which is my liquid liner and stuff. And now I'm going to use some of my lashes from my brand, which is from Facekandicosmetics. My lashes, they are on. I'm dramatic. Now I need to do something with these lips, which I'm going to be using my e.l.f. liquid lipstick. And we're going to do that. And yeah, it matches my hair so perfectly. So mauve. I absolutely love e.l.f. matte lipsticks. If you guys haven't tried them out, you need to. And they're super affordable. And they glide on so well. And so, we're done. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Bye, guys.